The Menden-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel welcomes you to this edition of the Mayors and Supervisors Weekly Update, brought to you by...
Each week, our community makes history. Each week, you make history. And each week, there's only one source to turn to for the first take on history. You know what that is? Subscribe to the Sentinel right now to discover the history being made in your own backyard.
The Menden-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel. More than just your news, it's your history.
Hey, welcome everyone to this week's Thanksgiving edition of the Mayors and Supervisors Update. We hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. I'm Chris Carosa, publisher of the Menden-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel. Each week we bring you the goings-on from the mayors and supervisors around the towns and villages we cover. Although I should have probably said villages and towns since I said mayors and supervisors. Anyways, let's start out this week with Mike Falk in the town of Lima. Mike, how are we doing?
Doing well, Chris. Thanks for having us today. First off, big congratulations to Tyson's Upper Deck. They hosted their annual chili cook-off last Sunday, the 20th, and in 2 hours' time, they raised $796 for the Lima Food Pantry. That is certainly the best of what Lima is. The Kenneth B. Keating VFW Post 26 will be having its annual Veterans Collection Saturday, December 4th from 10 a.m. to 1 here at the Lima Town Hall. The collection is for items for veterans who are in hospitals and nursing homes. All donations must be in original packaging from the manufacturer. Due to COVID restrictions, we cannot accept any homemade or handmade items at this time. Toothbrushes, toothpaste, hand cream, shampoo, lipstick, and makeup. Pajamas, underwear, hairbrushes, nail clippers and files, mouthwash, t-shirts, playing cards, and those kinds of things. If you do want to donate, but you cannot make it on the 4th, feel free to bring your items to the town hall, to our town office, and I will add them to the stack that is already growing beside my desk. It is that time of year that we remember the veterans and try to make their holidays a little bit better with these small things. So that's all I have today. May your holidays be merry and bright.
All right. Thanks, Mike. And now Rick Millen is away celebrating Thanksgiving in a method of his preference. So I'm going to read what he wrote. He sent in this. Rick Millen, mayor of Honeoye Falls, says, "We appreciate the opportunity to provide our weekly updates, which allows the mayors and supervisors the additional ability to continue to keep our residents informed. The village of Honeoye Falls is busy with planning for various holiday activities. The annual Teazar, which is held at the First Presbyterian Church, will take place on Saturday, December 4th. This is a wonderful event to purchase some holiday gifts and a great opportunity to bring young children who may need to pick up something for grandma or grandpa, and maybe even a teacher. Social distancing and face masks will be required to attend. Honeoye Falls Scout Troop 10 has begun its annual Christmas holiday tree sale in Harry Allen Park. They have a great bunch of fresh trees with various sizes to choose from. The annual Honeoye Falls Fire Department Christmas Holiday Parade is currently on schedule to take place on December 11th. This is normally one of the largest community events, and we appreciate the HFFD bringing this back to the community again. The parade will begin on West Main Street near Pine Trail and will end this year at Harry Allen Park, where we believe Santa Claus will plan to visit with the children as well. Also on December 11th, the Honeoye Falls Community Concert Band will play wonderful holiday tunes from 7:30 to 9 p.m. at the HFL District Auditorium. They will also have a second show on Sunday, December 12th at St. Catherine's in Menden from 3 to 4:30 p.m. A holiday Hanukkah menorah is planned to be set up, and a celebration of the lighting process is scheduled for December 1st at 5:30 p.m. This is being planned for the area of Totem Pole Park on West Main Street, and all are welcome. Thank you, Shabbat of Pittsburgh and Rabbi Yitzhak Hein for bringing this event to the community. Rick, you got a typo. The annual Living Nativity is currently scheduled for December 12th at Harry Allen Park at the gazebo and is always a community favorite. Village DPW staff continues to pick up leaves, and this process will end shortly. Please get yours out to the curb or roadside. With this week's first light snowfall, it's just a reminder of things to come. Our snowplows are getting ready. The salt is piled up and will be ready to take on the weather. This should also be a reminder for all Sentinel readers to get their vehicles ready, their shovels out, and be prepared to take on the snow and cold weather as well. Lastly, our municipal members have been talking about the new cannabis regulations and the options for decisions we'll all be making regarding recreational cannabis sales within our respective communities. Communities can opt in, which would allow either a dispensary or a facility where the product could be purchased and consumed. Opt in can be both for both types of businesses or just one of the two. If a community opts in, they cannot opt out later. Communities that opt out can do so for dispensary and on-site purchase consumption, or as the above, one option or another. If a community opts out in the beginning of the process, it will have the ability to opt in at a later date. Communities do not generally control crop growing of cannabis. This falls on land use regulations in specific regions and communities. The Village Board of Trustees would like to have community input on this subject and would ask that comments or opinions be sent to village@villageofhoneoyefalls.org or via letter to Mayor Rick Millen, Village Hall, 5 East Street, Honeoye Falls, New York, 14472. All signed addressed comments will be entered into the official record. Individuals may also attend our regularly scheduled Board of Trustees meeting scheduled for 7 p.m. on Monday, December 20th, 2021. Village Hall, 5 East Street. Best regards from all. That was from Rick Millen, Mayor of Honeoye Falls. Next up is Jerry from the town of Rush. Jerry, how are we doing in Rush?
Everything is beautiful in Rush, Chris. You know that. It's the best kept secret in Western New York. But I want to invite people to come to the town hall for some activities. First of all, I want to let people know that we are going to have a tree lighting ceremony. That'll be on December 4th at 6:30 p.m. behind the library in the gazebo. Looking forward to some cookies and milk or some similar treats, and hope to get a big crowd assembled out there and in the William Judicious Pavilion. The next thing I'd like to announce is that we're going to have a budget approval date on December 8th. We will have a swearing in ceremony for our new town board on December 1st. And that's on a Saturday. And then we'll have our organization meeting on January 12th. And that's all of those events are open to the public, and I hope to see a lot of public there. That would be pretty nice. One other thing I would mention is a lot of people use the Lehigh Valley Trail for personal recreation, walking, jogging, that kind of stuff. And we have on occasion received complaints that the trail is not maintained as well as it should be or could be. And our highway department is just entering into a shared services agreement where we will maintain on a schedule the trail from the easternmost boundary to the westernmost boundary. It's my understanding that the town of Menden will maintain their section of the trail. Maybe it's the Menden Foundation, and we shouldn't have so much vegetation growing in on the trail to keep people from walking 2 or 3 abreast. And with that, I'll leave you with my wishes for everyone to have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday and enjoy. Thank
All
you.
right, just one correction. Your swearing in ceremony is January 1st. You said December, but I want to confirm that it's January 1st.
I just wondered if you were listening.
I knew you were testing me. All right. So with that, let's move on to Eileen's notes, who sent them to me just before we went on the air. She was intending to show up, but had to be called away to get ready for some trimmings, I'm sure. All right, this is what's going on in Scottsville from Eileen Hansen, the mayor of Scottsville. I hope everyone has had a happy and safe Thanksgiving with family and friends. It's been a short week at the village office, but there are some reminders we want you to have. The DPW will continue to collect leaves as long as the snow holds off. The new DPW calendar and guidelines have been sent out. Please take some time to review those guidelines, especially about not overloading your recycling and garbage totes. There is no parking on village streets from 3 a.m. until 6 a.m. at this point until April 1st. This makes it easier for plows and allows them to do a complete cleaning of the streets. One of the important issues coming up at our next village board meeting on December 14th, 2021, is the decision whether to opt out of allowing cannabis dispensaries and/or on-site consumption establishments within the boundaries of the village. This decision must be made by December 31st of this year. You can familiarize yourself with the facts about this issue by going to our village website for a summary of what the implications are for municipalities. A public hearing is set for December 14th. There is time for public comments on this issue. And with that, we'll go to John Moffett on the town of Menden. John, how's Menden doing?
Good, Chris. Again, as always, thanks for having me. I just wanted to share some information. Apologize for my need of eyewear for this, but Benacasa, which most of you are probably familiar with, which is in the hamlet of Menden, was founded as a volunteer-driven organization that provides compassionate end-of-life care at no cost to the residents or their loved ones. They operate with 100% of their funds through donations and fundraising. In 2020, COVID became a reality, and the pandemic has resulted in Benacasa and most of the other two-bed comfort cares in the greater Rochester area to temporarily close its doors. They are now targeting a spring 2022 reopening. The goal will only be possible with a team that can provide round-the-clock care for the residents. The Benacasa staff is working diligently to successfully reopen, and any support that any individuals could provide is appreciated. They are especially looking for individuals to work 4-hour shifts. So if any of our residents have time and ability to volunteer there, my own sister has been a volunteer there for many years. I know they would appreciate the help, and it's really a nice thing to have in our community for our residents. As many of my other fellow elected officials has mentioned, the whole cannabis issue, we will be having the town of Menden, our public hearing on December 13th. I went into quite a bit of detail in the last issue of the Sentinel regarding that, as well as many of my other fellow elected officials have today. I would ask that anyone who has any comments, please feel free to attend the meeting on the 13th of November at the Menden Community Center at 167 North Main Street, Honeoye Falls, or send something to me in an email. You can write a letter if you'd like, but we really want to hear from folks. And as others have mentioned, there's a two-part phase to this. Part one is the distribution, which is, I like to call it similar to a liquor store. And then there is on-site consumption, which I would say is similar to a bar. So when in regards to alcohol. So I would like to know, we'd like to know, obviously the village of Honeoye Falls is within the confines of the town of Menden, and the village of Honeoye Falls is considering the same thing. The village and the town don't have to do the same thing, and they may, but they also may not. So what works for one may not work for the other. The state has tried to make this as confusing as possible, And they have also been shy on a lot of the details of this, other than they always hold out the carrot of tax revenue. I personally don't think that's something that we should consider as a major factor, the tax revenue. I think the other implications are enough to have our community make a decision. So I would encourage all who have an opinion to please share that with us. I would also like to mention that we've seen some inquiries about some of our open business areas in the hamlet. And we're semi-excited about something progressing here over the next few months. The hard part is with COVID still hanging around. It's tough for businesses new businesses to start, with the idea that they may be shut down sometime in the near future. So we're got our fingers crossed. We're hoping for good news regarding COVID. And of course, hopefully that'll relate to some new businesses opening. I also wanted to mention that during the campaign season, I heard from a lot of folks in the hamlet about sidewalks. We are going to be pursuing this in 2022 as far as some connectivity to our existing sidewalks, as well as the Lehigh Valley Trail. And also, we've been getting a lot of complaints about speeding. We've had several accidents in the town lately, automobile accidents. I just want to remind everybody that stop signs do mean stop, not slow down, not roll through. Please come to a stop. Take your time. Try to allow for plenty of time between you and the vehicle that you're, the highway that you're entering. Highway department's busy preparing for winter. We were out on a salt run on the 22nd of November, first salt run of the year, and I'm sure there's going to be more of it. We are fully stacked. The plows are ready to go, and hopefully we don't need them for a while. So happy holidays to everyone, and thanks for having me.
All right. Does anybody have anything else that they want to add? Seeing none, again, we wish everyone has had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And remember, you can watch this show every Sunday at 1 o'clock on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. With that, I want to say bye-bye for now, everyone.
Bye-bye, and thank you.
Imagine yourself communicating with a difference. Pan-Dimensional Solutions helps you do this. Whether live spectator events, taped broadcasts, or real-time audience-engaging programs, you can benefit immediately from the tools Pan-Dimensional Solutions will share with you. Do you want to make a difference? Contact us at pandimensional.com.